So I got cut off on the other video, but see, I'm introducing people for internships. And I know it's not easy to see, but we see, right? I'm in Japan as an English teacher. I am collaborating with nonprofits so I can introduce people in my English class, Japanese people and foreign people, they're meeting so they can have the same thing they do in speed dating, where they have those 3-minute conversations. Hi, how you doing? Who are you? What's your dream? And if they click, then they go to nonprofit where we offer the way that you could actually meet somebody is not by listening to them, but acting. So normally, I don't know how often of you volunteer, but if you don't just think of volunteer as you doing something for free, if you think of volunteering as you are trying to build a relationship with somebody and you don't just want to hear the things they say, you want to get a chance to actually experience something with them. So it's a higher form of trust and being sure that the person that you're with, just like you wouldn't marry somebody without dating them, so it's a date, okay? And then after they do that, see, on this FM, we either are on the radio or on my YouTube channel that we are asking people how that date went. And that's how people can know if they want to get involved. And when I say date, I don't mean date. It could mean date, actually, because we do want to increase the introductions of people from other countries so that their children can be like my children. They can have 2 passports. They can put a bigger dream on the world. I think we're all just, anyway. Okay, so... And then travel, see, because if you guys came to travel here and then you travel to place, we're implementing educational travel. So it's a rebrand of tourist sites, but for a new purpose. So we could, basically that means that we could sell something old, but make it new. And we go to universities with the people you come here. We go there and if I'm there with people that are visiting me, we go to universities and the university students, they can actually speak with us. We can ask them, what's your dream for after school? And how, we can still be in touch and use things like royalty so that we can actually make actual plans. And people maybe could avoid going to university if it's not right for them, or getting in debt. Instead, just hit the ground running. And it just shows how instead of me going to a university with a book teaching English, I actually have so much more value I'm bringing them. And it's with you guys that it happens. Okay? Then there's local businesses, because local businesses are struggling. We understand that. If, say, we went to a local business together and we volunteered there, then they're getting a volunteer and we're helping them, maybe getting free food, but we're taking YouTube video of this stuff too. So this goes into our YouTube channels and this creates another value. So here we've got tech recruitment, and that just refers to us making calls. So if we do go places, we've got Japanese people, they get experience saying, oh, look, I got this guy from America. His name's Brahim Lark. He's got these skills. We're going to go visit you. Is that okay? So we do like an internship, but it's kind of on the fly. But you don't have to worry about you don't speak Japanese, because that's what these people are going to be. They're going to be ambassadors for their country. And so you're going to help. If you're not there, they have no one to do that for. So although you're getting a value, you're definitely giving a value. The Makers Lab has to do with these collaboration spaces that have sprung up in our towns. There's the possibility from Japan we could fill these places with technology from Japan, and these Japanese engineers will have the chance to teach us about it, and that is what they're using to speak English. So again, they're giving a value, but you're making it possible for them to learn English in the way they need to so that they could be a personal brand, and set up new revenue streams also using royalty. Okay? This franchise, because, see, the thing that I described before is how I am reinventing towns and the relationship between people in towns, but we're all involved in this. So this is eventually something that we're going to demonstrate to people and sell that as a franchise to mayors so that they could lower the burden of taxes. Okay, Allah has to do with art. There's a lot of talented youth. They can sing, they can dance, they can show culture. Instead of those people getting exploited, thinking they got to go to Hollywood, we got to put those skills to use at home. And we do that through shows that we organize and people pay money to see. Okay? And also, when I have this as a city hall, is that right now we have taxes that, you know, governments, they're not using very efficiently, and they have too high a burden, not enough money, people paying in. But we're lowering tax burden because we're putting people to work in a way that instead of needing taxes and services, they're going to generate funds. And us doing this is the way the city gets involved, and then the city can get a piece of it, you know, at the end. But it's a much better dynamic than forcing people to tax, you know, in the beginning, and it kills their business, okay? And then there's this internship, okay? So internship, so this here, when I said this is a, well, Japan travel means travel within Japan, but you guys coming from internationally, that's going to be, you know, the travel of the people that are outside Japan. So we're getting hit two ways. So, I mean, I'll break this down more, but this is a way that there's 12 points of collaboration between, you know, right now, what a person's existing business, I want to ask people 3 questions. My 3 questions is, what's your dream? What's your skill? What's your hobby? And if I just hear that, then people will reveal themselves. They'll say, oh, I'm really good at, for my examples, right? I'm really good at communication, or I'm really good with people, okay? And my hobbies are, I love rap and hip hop and acting, you know, being on camera. And third, my dream is that I could put all those skills to work for me, but right now do it in a way where essentially we're saving the world. We're stepping up because we think that, you know, right now society is the way it is, but, and, you know, sometimes we even complain, okay? But instead of complaining, we need to step up and assume the role that we've been relying on other people to do. We need to be in charge of our own stuff. We can't blame everybody. And this is a way that we could do that, but it starts at home in the dynamic of where we are. And right now we want to demonstrate that, and I'm demonstrating that in Japan. But the reason I can and the reason I'm here is because this is a huge manufacturing center, and we're surrounded by all sorts of companies, okay? And out of some of the things I have on here to show you that, but here, boom, okay? This is a book, okay, of this place that we traveled to. And right now, if you were here, it's all for precision manufacturing, parts, you know, things that usually people are getting from China. But like I said, you know, we need to chill with Japan. But like, check it out, right? We even got technology like this, like robot suits. We could be having robot suits. But if right now you tried to buy a robot suit, you'd pay so much money. But if you invited people who have this robot suit technology, and you're inviting them to the place you are, but you're not doing it just for the robot suit. You're doing it because you're welcoming them to come be part of America, come speak English, come make friends, come make a network. There's something in it for them too. Then they're happy to share the robot suit technology. Okay? So again, and I made this kind of PowerPoint presentation so you just see what it would involve here. So here, let's put this here, okay? The Japan English Exchange, okay. Get more, there's a new way, get more from life. Okay, fine. So this is a special invitation right now. I have the India guy, and his school and the Indians, because India is very ambitious. They're trying to grow their economy. And, you know, India and China, they both have huge populations. They're polluting a lot. But India and China are very different because China's got a very central controlled communist system. India is more like America because we're not going for central control, we're going for decentralization. I don't just want government rich and people poor. I want everybody to be rich. And then I want people to decide. I want the free market to, you know, if some, you know, people have faith, but you got to know how the free market is there because it's going to show you if you're rich, if it's making you rich, then it means that you're rewarding society. So everybody who thinks it's the rich that get richer, the poor don't get nothing, and the rich are crooks, you're never going to get rich that way. And why do you want to be socialist? You think you have so much gifts and things that you could do, but you don't know because who knows, you could you know, talk to anybody, go anywhere, take risks, you know, but I'm trying to take those risks away and tell you how you can take action now, that you could put my 20 years to work for you and you don't have to do that. And like I said, Brahim Lark, and royalty is a perfect way to do that. So anyway, where I'm from is New York, but it's upstate New York, right? So 2 hours from New York City, but 2 hours is still very close, and we are as far as you'd have to go to get that countryside experience. And some of you guys from the city, what you don't realize is that the countryside is very important. And you can tell though, right, if a countryside person goes to the city and it's their first time, they don't get it, right? Well, they're both two extremes, and there's the way that the people in the city can give the rural people a good experience, and the people that from the city, you have to come to the country. And it's that difference between product development, and the city is the place that goods are sold at the highest possible price. And people, if you're in the city, you have to be ready to do that. But if you're not ready to do that, then you're wasting your life in your city. You're just going to be a slave. You need to get out of the city, and you need to come to a place where you could develop yourself. And that's what I'm making sure that the rural places, they're rebranding them, okay? So that people in the city know how to do that in the business ecosystem, in the startup incubator, which is a personal branding starting up incubator where your idea in your mind is a seed that you plant in the soil. And that soil, right, has to do with us going from intangible something to a tangible something. And that's like a lesson in dimensions. It's like metaphysical. It's like an education that nobody's going to give you in college. You can't read out of no book. It's earned wisdom. It takes mistakes. But with me, you're going to lessen those mistakes, or you won't make stupid mistakes. 20 years, you could have what I had in 5 in a day, 5 to 5 days, and then make new mistakes at higher level. And then the people, we're always going to progress that way. So anyway, New York and India coming to visit me. The Japan English Exchange, invites you. Travel to Japan. I work with Japanese people in English so they can join me in inviting foreign people to Japan. We then connect to like-minded people for collaboration to improve health, wealth, and relationships. We create events like speech contests, internships, and study abroad. We foster travel, make websites, and use communication to expand sales for business while we earn commission and improve our worldview holistically. All right? So the best solution, right? This is to fulfill your dreams. I plan to invite the Nagoya Center for Urban Development so we can introduce people that want Machitsukuri, and that is we are making the town we live in, So they get New York collaboration as a solution, American collaboration as a solution. I will be creating an offer for people to get their dream by inviting them to collaborate with people I invite in our events. Okay, so in Japan, this is just already Japanese people that are gonna want what I'm telling them. And the last time I went to this event, there were like 50 Japanese people, but again, they just went to an event to hear information from some expert who is telling them what they should do, but then they want them to take action. I'm taking it a step higher. I'm saying, all you 50 people, if you guys really want to do what you're doing, come do it. We collaborate together. So I'm not just giving you information that you take interest. By you coming, we are going to do the action that's going to get the job done.